Hello, and how are you today? What a beautiful day. So, today I would like to tell you our sustainable living story. I would like to show you what's possible to achieve. I would like to share with you some of our ideas, inventions, knowledge, and experience. And I also would love to inspire you to live more sustainably and empower you to make a difference. And at the end of the day, I would like you to think out of the box, which is most important. So, a bit of background. My profession is a sustainable design engineer of buildings. And we were brought up in this sustainable way where growing our own food was like a norm, recycling and repairing stuff. But when we arrived to Australia 7 years ago, we couldn't believe how beautiful the country is. We also couldn't believe how favorable climatic conditions are here for growing food. But we also couldn't believe how wasteful the society is. So that's why with my better half, Jana, she's now full-time mom, and we made a conscious choice to make a difference. So we found a place in a new farm in Brisbane. It's a rented property, block of 5 units, with a small backyard. And for most people, they would say, oh, renting, there is no land to grow, can't do anything. But there is so much we can all do, and I'm going to show you. So we call this place Spurtopia. Spur is my surname, and Topia is like a utopia. So for us, it's like a small kingdom of happiness. That's how actually how we started gardening. It was just a lawn, nothing else. So great experience. So dig a first garden bed, and look, that was our first harvest. And it was a winter crop. And we couldn't believe it was like a Christmas for us because we realized that here we can grow all year round. Yeah. So as the time progressed, the garden changed, and everything what we do has got a multiple purpose. So for example, this bamboo structure, bamboo pyramid, serves as a climbing trellis for beans, and then beans provide a shade for a garden bed in summer. But also birds can sit on these poles and watch out for grubs. So they help us with the pest control. The other night when we were sitting around a campfire there, an owl joined us for half an hour on the top of the pyramid. What an amazing experience in a city center. So, that's what you can do. But also, we wanted to have chickens. So we went and asked a real estate agent, can we have chickens? And the answer was no. We say, why? Because of rats, mice, and mice issues. So what we did, we actually wrote a letter how we are going to look after chickens. If there is any problem, we will get rid of them. And everyone from the other units actually signed the letter. We actually wrote that they would be a welcoming addition to our small community. We handed the letter in, and we got the answer straight away, yes. So the lessons learned is, don't be discouraged by first rejection. Always fight for it. It's worthwhile. We also actually, being an engineer, I'm always thinking how to make my life easier. So there is a tin, which is a state-of-the-art technology. It's a maggot tin grower. We're growing maggots for our chickens. And why we do that? Because we want to get a nutritious eggs. So the tin is actually hanging in a tree in a chukran. There is a lot of holes around. We put there meat scraps. Flies will get in, lay eggs. Maggots will grow, and as they crawl around, they fall through, and chooks eat them. It's a constant supply of protein for them. So that's just a sum of our inventions. But also, when we were gardening, we realized that we have a huge problem with pollination. So we decided to have bees. So we read a book about bees, we joined a beekeeper club, we asked neighbors around, everyone was happy, so we just started. And we had no idea about beekeeping before. And guess what? In our first year of beekeeping, from one hive, from spring to late summer, we harvested 160 kilos of honey. It's just amazing how hardworking these bees are. So I would encourage everyone to start beekeeping, if not honeybees, native bees, because we are so dependent on them. But whenever I actually look at this wall, I thought, like, what a waste of space. So started vertical gardening and converted a plastic milk container into a wicking pot and growing all sorts of herbs and strawberries on a wall. And the thing is that this pot retains a lot of water, so you don't need to water it every day. But again, being engineer, and my grandfather always told me, think twice before you do something, because you will be working all your life very hard. So I want to make my life easier and came up with the idea of self-watering planter box, which is actually for growing fruit and vegetable, and it's actually made from a styrofoam broccoli box. And it holds around 10 liters of water, so you don't need to water it every day, maybe every 3 weeks or so. And created fruit and vegetable pyramid out of these boxes. So there, on a concrete, you can have your garden. You don't need to have a backyard. You can grow on a balcony or on a concrete yard. But look how the garden looked in 2014. And whenever I actually look at this picture, I feel like a creator. When you work with nature, it's amazing how nature works with you. Yeah. So in this small backyard, we produce a majority of my family food needs. So we have grown fruit, vegetable, edible flowers, herbs, greens, nuts, seeds, grains, eggs, and honey in abundance. Every morning when I get up, I go out in a garden and pick up greens and flowers and make a smoothie. What a great kickstart of the day. We also growing sprouts. And for sprouts, you don't need to have a garden. You can grow them on a kitchen bench. And they are the healthiest, the freshest, and the cheapest superfood you can eat. And look at our first birthday cake of our daughter. It's a watermelon cake. And apart from watermelon and kiwi, all the other stuffs are from our garden. But we also make a lot of preserves, dry herbs for tea and so on. So it's really complex what you can do when you grow stuff. And my better half, she's a wonderful cook. So she bakes bread, cakes, she makes cheeses, and also raw cakes. Absolutely amazing. And here are some fermented food we also make at home, like my healthy homebrew kombucha, and sauerkraut, and kefir, and yogurt. It doesn't take long to make it, and it's absolutely divine. But also, our household is a chemical-free household. So we make our washing detergent, and because we know what goes in, we are happy to use water from our washing machine to water our garden. We also make a citrus fabric softener from citrus peel and water. Leave it there one day, and you have got the best fabric softener ever for free. Multi-purpose surface cleaner from white vinegar and citrus peels, and we're also using aloe vera to make a toothpaste and shampoo and so on. So there is so many things we can all make at home. But being in Australia, it's amazing how much sunshine we have here. And coming from UK, where we spent 5 years before we came to Australia, there more or less every house would have solar hot water system. And guess what? They don't get any sunshine there. While here we have got abundance of sunshine, free energy, and no solar hot water systems. So there is something wrong. So I actually made my own hot water system from recycled materials, which costed me less than $50. Our solar oven, which we actually use for cooking and baking, making yogurt in a pizza box, and so on. So use this free energy. It's here for us. But also we created a small but functional community. And it's really, really important for us because all our relatives are in Europe, but we don't feel lonely. Yeah? We have got a sense of belonging. So what's the next step? After 7 years, we were advised by landlord to move out, and the whole place was demolished. The sad thing is not that we had to move out, but the ecosystem we created is gone. But on every end, something new begins. And that's why we are so positive about. So when we sent this message out there, we got so many offers from people. Please come to live with us for free. I don't know why. So we actually came to live with our very good friends, and they offered us a workshop shed, which we actually converted into a livable shed. And the whole conversion costed us about $600. So with a bit of work and a lot of free stuff from curbside collection, a lot of exchange, for example, a wooden stove in exchange for 2 jars of honey. We got a ride-on mower in exchange for 10 bottles of meat. And a lot of other stuff in exchange. So we ended up with this beautiful place where we actually live. And the amazing thing is that there is so many people out there who don't have a time or energy to do something, but they've got a place and space. But there is also so many people out there who don't have money, but have got a time and energy. So if you combine these two together, it works really, really well. Yeah. So what's the next step? Just recently, we bought a house in local area in Fernwell on 1 acre of land. And there is nothing special about buying, but the special thing with us is that we bought it from our savings. So we don't have any mortgage, which is really important. And there, we're going to establish Spurtopia Sustainable Paradise. So it will be open for people to come and see. Yeah? So you can see how my head is spinning. I can't even sleep. How excited I can get. So at the end of the day, what we want to show is a lifestyle. Because we achieve such a great lifestyle, as we reduce our living expense, I don't need to work full time. I work just casual jobs. Then I've got plenty of time to spend with my family. I've got plenty of time to grow more organic food. I do a lot of work for the community, which is rewarding. I also do a lot of talks and workshops. So, you know, this lifestyle is really healthy, and it's simple, and it's really, really exciting. So we literally created a world around us which we want to live in. Yeah? So we also do a lot of talks and workshops, and we come to schools, and schools come to our place, and literally inspiring people. And that's really, really important. Also, what is important is sharing the knowledge, because for us, sharing is caring. So, have been so many times on TV and inspiring people all around Australia, in magazines, newspapers, and we also have like an open source website which is called Spurtopia, where we're sharing all the experience and knowledge. So here I would like you to imagine collaboration instead of competition. Imagine healthy and smiley people. Imagine good news rather than bad news. And if you can imagine that, it's possible to achieve. So do whatever excites you the most, whatever you get most joy out of. Live your dream and believe life is absolutely beautiful. So we all have got a free choice to make a difference. So please be inspired and create your own utopia.